Hello and a very, very warm welcome to this short workshop around back to school and are you back to work? And it's about us getting back into our mojo, right? Because if you feel like a long time, we've been out and about, we've had the summer holidays, maybe if you have kids, you have children at home, so things don't really go to plan and your business may be on the back burner. But now it's time to go back and grab your mojo. And how better to do this than create your 90-day plan with me today and also finish your year strong, because September is a really, really good time to actually restart, reboot your business, because you can work up to Christmas and really, really finish your year strong. So let me introduce myself very quickly. I am Sabine Mataro and I am the founder of Reach for Greatness, host of Reach for Greatness TV, podcasts and club, and I'm also the creator of the Business Accelerator programs. Now, what is Reach for Greatness? It's a platform to help women find their direction in business and in life. And whilst I personally focus on entrepreneurship, business startup and growth in my own programs, I do love to invite other women speakers to come and share their zone of genius on my platform. So if you would like to come, just reach out and I'll get you on the platform and on the TV as well. And I'm also now launching books. So a little bit about that in a minute. So this is my belief. My belief is when you realize your magic, when you release your magic, you light up the path for others. So yes, I had to realize my magic first and foremost, and then you've got to release your magic and get out there, be visible, and you actually owe it to yourself and to your others, because you can do so much to help others and light their path as well. Okay, so what I've created is the Reach for Greatness TV, which is an online event. So as you can see here, we've got beautiful banners. These are running twice a month. So I interview ladies on the platform and we share what they do, and we share obviously tips, all kinds of different topics. So everyone's really welcome. And I'm also planning a couple of live events in London. So if you're interested, then let me know if you're in London, if you want to come to London 2019. In June, we'll have a live event as well. Then we're doing greatness speed networking. This is like a speed dating type of networking, but it's more like business orientated. So it's literally networking from your home. Just jump on a Zoom call with about 20 other ladies. You get 2-minute slot and you can talk about your business. So that's another amazing event that I'm running once a month as well. And then we've got the Greatness Club, which is a paid membership. So all kinds of different topics we've got in the club. We've already got over 100 training topics, a huge library, and every single week we've got different speakers. And for me, reaching for greatness really isn't just about building a business, but it's also about reaching for greatness in life. So we've got also topics about mindfulness, about having fun in business, or how to be a good parent, a good wife, all kinds of different topics which you probably wouldn't have thought of. Of course, we talk about business and how to move your business forward, but you can also join if you want to know a little bit more about wellness and health, fitness. There's recipes in there, so everything that you can imagine, it's all in the Greatness Club. Then I run the Greatness Programs and the Mastermind, which is a very focused mastermind for women in business who want to accelerate their business really, really quickly. So that's another stream. And then I am also the author of the Greatness Guides, which are smaller programs which focus on things like goal setting, what we're going to talk about today. I also talk about mindset and productivity. And very important to me is charities. Everything we do in Reach for Greatness, a percentage always goes to charity. So that's really, really important to me as well. And last but not least, I've just launched this amazing project, which is about writing a book together with 100 women. So I'm on the lookout for 100 women in 100 days. And that actually helps 100 women to become super, super visible because they've got a chance to share their inspirational story in their book. So if you're interested in any of that, just contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And there's also an email address on the bottom there, which you can contact me as well. And of course, I'm on Facebook and Reach for Greatness. So what is the objective of this short training today? So it is literally about getting you back to work, getting you back into the mojo and knowing what you are going to do and how you're going to do things, right? So it's about regaining your mojo and know exactly what you're doing on a daily basis so that you feel like, because it's for anything, right? If you're going on a car journey, you need to know where you're going, because if you don't know where you're going, how can you read a map? Or if you don't have a map, obviously you don't even know how to get to a place, right? So it's about knowing where you're going and then creating that map. And also, I want for you that you're not just busy, okay? Because it can be really, really easy to just do busy things, right? But we've got to be clear on the activities for our business that really delivers tangible results, okay? So it's not possibly not about things like tweaking a little bit here and there on your website, right? It's about, for example, being really visible every day and doing something like to reach out to people or to put a post out. So, you know, what will really drive tangible results? It's not about tweaking a couple of words here and there or improving on a copy on the website. It's about you showing who you are and being out there and doing those kind of activities that will actually draw people to you, into your business. So I'm going to help you create your 90-day plan to finish your year strong. Okay, so before we do exercise one, I've got a couple of notes. I just really want to position this, you know, why is this super, super important? Okay, so first and foremost, as I already said, you need to have a good plan in place or some sort of system that makes you achieve your goals. Okay, and first and foremost, you probably have to set the goals, right? But then we also need to think about what are the things that keep us going every single day. Like, are we truly doing the things, or have we created something that's really like a burden? You know, it happened to me in my business that all of a sudden I had things I created which I didn't have fun doing these kind of things, right? I was mortified when I had to do a Facebook Live and I had to actually create new content and stuff like this. It was like a burden. So you've got to do things that actually make sense. It makes fun and makes it really easy as well, right? And also there's something around accountability. And I know we as entrepreneurs, we're working from home, you know, sometimes we can actually lose touch with the outside world. And sometimes we may not be in a very good mood and it's like, yeah, we're going to do this tomorrow. So it's about creating something that will help you actually become accountable as well, or maybe have an accountability partner so that you on a weekly basis check in, right? And of course, it's important to create a plan. So that would help you actually be accountable as well. If you have a plan, it doesn't matter what you're going to use. It could be a piece of paper and you just tick off the things that you're doing. It makes you feel really good because you see your progress and you can actually distinguish what are the tasks that really bring results in my business. What are things that I'm just sort of dabbling with, or it's like admin type of thing. So you can really see that once you write that down. So, yes, so clear goals, it's really, really important. And then the other thing with the goals is as well, you're not in business because it's a hobby, right? You're in business because you also want to make some money down the line. Of course, we do what we do best. And of course, we're all passionate about what we do and we can help others. That's a given. However, we also want to make some money because we all got some bills to pay as well, right? So how are we going to do this? And you need to know your financial goals in your business, and you'll have to actually break those down step by step so that you know, what are your packages? How many packages do you need to sell? How is it over what period of time? So you do need to have some sort of financial number in your head as well, and then break that down and and allocate that when we go through the exercise where we actually map the tasks, okay? So, so I just want to, so this is the exercise where I encourage you to actually look back a little bit, because I think it's so important to not dismiss what you've been doing so far. It's about learning from the things that actually worked, and possibly just taking some learnings, things that didn't quite work, so that you can actually tweak. But it's not about beating yourself up or criticizing yourself because you haven't quite achieved the goal, because you'll see in a minute, we'll think about, okay, what are the goals that you set yourself in the beginning of the year, and now we're in September. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't achieved that, I haven't achieved that either. It's, don't worry about it. It's not about criticizing. It's about, hey, what have I achieved? And then, okay, what are the things that still need to be picked up? So this is a perfect time right now to do this. So what we want for you today is to have a clear path. You become more focused on what you need to do. You know exactly when and how you're going to do it, what you're going to do, and of course, how you're going to achieve that and how you're going to track, okay? This way, you will actually become more confident because you have that clear path. You will have more focus, and of course, you will have that accountability. And it will actually help so that you're not getting distracted with shiny objects and things you think you need in your business, right? You probably, some of the gadgets you don't even need. You just look at the basics, what really is driving your bottom line, okay? So you will stay on track, stay focused. You're ensuring that you're going to work on the right things at the right time. That actually drives results. Okay, cool. So this is your exercise 1. Think back to the 1st of January and remind yourself what were the goals that you had set yourself. And there may be goals you set yourself for your business and also personally. So map those out. And then look at the things that went well. Okay, so that's really important to look back and think, okay, these are things I've actually achieved. So pat yourself on the back. Look at it. What went well? And then also think about what are the things that you did to make it a success. So what were the good things that you did in that time? Like, for example, for me, it could be like I was so super focused in that time when I created my membership, for example, and I listened to my customers, and I was like putting all the things in place very quickly, and I actually became visible and started selling the membership very, very quickly. So I wasn't really engineering lots of websites in the background and trying to get everything perfect. I was literally out there and sort of in touch with my customers, and that really made a big success. And because like last year only, like I would have taken like month and month to plan that new product. But again, it wasn't necessary. It's just up and go, and you've got this energy, you've got this mojo, and don't be scared of things, right? So that's one of my examples. So yeah, and what in particular did you do? So I just told you what I did, that I didn't overthink things, and I wasn't scared of putting it out there. And then think about what are the things that didn't go so well. Okay, so there may have been things that you still haven't put in place. You may have been procrastinating. You may be scared of certain aspects. You may be stuck with technology. So just write all that stuff down. Okay. So all the goals that you didn't achieve, and then think, why did I not achieve them? Okay, what are the reasons why? So then, looking at, after you did that exercise, look at the top 5 lessons learned from this year. And what are the actions now that I can put in place in the future to iron out some of these things? Because obviously you want to look at the things that didn't go so well. And how can I actually improve this for like now, or of course now going forwards, right? So like with the procrastination, what could I do? Or if you think you're stuck in one of the projects in terms of technology, so what were the reasons? What what exactly was it? I don't know, setting up a landing page, for example, and then put a step, an action in place. What I'm going to do about it so I can overcome that challenge. Yeah, and think about, sometimes we change, right? Our businesses evolve all the time. So some of the goals may not be relevant anymore that you set yourself early this year. So think about what are the goals that you didn't achieve and they are possibly still relevant. But then look at the ones that aren't relevant anymore. And then maybe there are some new goals that you would like to set yourself from now onwards that you haven't had on the agenda earlier this year. So you can weed through your goals, right, before you start planning. Validate which project is still relevant to your business. And then bring it all together, review what you've got, and then just set like 3 top priorities. Because if you do much more, you get totally overwhelmed if you're trying to do many more. So of course you can do your 3 now, and then if you have another 3, then you do it once the 3 are implemented, and you go forwards like that. But I think 3 is a really good one. So, and once you've completed that as your homework, you should have a clear view of what worked and what didn't, an overview of the goals that are still relevant to you and your business, and possibly also personal goals, right? And then you'll have some new goals as well. So now, this is part 2. Once you've got so far, it's about creating your 90-day plan to finish your year strong, okay? So it's about using those goals and then planning how you're going to implement those goals, how you're going to make it happen. So, step 1, first and foremost, it's about describing what the goal is. And quite often we set ourselves a goal and it's like, yeah, I'm not sure why. And I just thought I need to do this. I have to create a website, for example. But is it really going to bring the end result into your business? Or could you do something else, like being more visible on Facebook before you create a whole website or revamp your website? And describe what it will do for you and your business. I'm not saying don't create a website. I've created a website, so it's a great thing. It's just, is it really what you need to do right now? Is it the website or is it something else? So describe what it is and what it will do for you. That will totally clarify whether this goal is actually going to deliver on the end results. Okay, and under end results, I'm thinking bottom line, financial implications. Okay, so validate your goals against your financials. So step 2 is then take that goal, and you do this for every single one, because remember we said prioritize 3. So you do these 5 steps for each of those, the 3, okay? So step 2 would be to break this goal down into smaller goals. So if it's something large, as I said, it could be create a digital program, okay, like an online program, my signature program. That's huge, right? So you may need sales pages, you may need social media banners, you may need to create content. There's loads of things, right? So it's about, maybe creating some smaller goals around that. Like phase 1 could be create the outline or determine the structure or determine the rough content. Okay, stage 2 could be write the content. Depends how of course there's different ways you could do this. You can also do lives and stuff like this and use that in your digital context. So for example, and then the third one would be marketing. Okay, so there could be sort of 2-3 high level goals, and then step 3 could be then to break those goals down. Okay, so for example, if the first part is to structure the outline of the course, it may be to research your clients and identify your target market, identify what their pain points are, things like that, right? So there's some smaller tasks, smaller goals inside each of these 3 phases. And then you plan your activities. And when I say plan your activities, so it could be create a opt-in page. Okay, so that could be planned in week 1 or week 2. Okay, so that you come up with the whole plan of this. These are all the things I need to do in week 1. These are all the things I need to do in week 2, and so on. Okay. And step 5, there's probably things that you don't know yet about, and you probably need extra help. So for example, you could be stuck with technology, so you don't know which platform you're going to use for your membership site, or which email provider you're going to use, and things like that. So actually keep that on a separate list as well, so that you can actually go back and then put some actions in place for things that you don't know yet. So for example, I want to run Facebook ads, but I don't know how to do the ads. So an action could be find out how to do Facebook ads, or enroll in a course, or watch a YouTube, or get a coach, or whatever, right? So make sure you have that somewhere as well. Yeah, and a final note, it's very important to set some sort of completion dates, because what we don't want is like half completed projects and you procrastinating, you're being frustrated because you haven't completed the things and they're moving forward the way you wanted it. And to do that, track your progress as well, so that you give yourself a pat on the back. Now, sometimes we plan our goals and activities in a way that they may not be achievable, and you know that's life, right? Or things come, life happens to you as well, and then all of a sudden, you have a day or 2 out to sort something else out. So things happen. So you can always tweak and replan, but at least you have a 90-day plan in place where you know this is what I'm going to work on, and this is what I'm going to expect at the end of the 90 days. And of course, there's new things coming in every day that you just tweak and you just build it into your plan, so that you're working through those challenges. And also celebrate small wins. Really celebrate, because so often we forget what we do, right? It happened to me as well. At the end of the week, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Friday already. I don't know what I did this week. Okay, so keep track of those things as well. And it's like, hey, I've come so far. It's amazing. And treat yourself from time to time. Yeah, you need that balance. It's not just about work. It's about also planning in your me time and your downtime to re-energize, because when you are re-energized, you can actually give, and you'll actually sometimes get better ideas when you have a downtime. Yeah, and have fun. And that goes with everything. Just have fun, because we're all in business so that we are our own bosses. We do what we love doing. And of course, we want to have fun in our business. And of course, think positive. There can be challenges on the way, but there's always a solution. So be solution orientated, and also be consistent. So don't stop when something hasn't worked. So don't, throw your 90-day plan in the bin in week 2 and don't complete it. It takes time and it takes effort. Nothing comes easy, right? It's not easy. But it doesn't need to be hard either. So this plan is going to help you, fast track your business. Yeah, and be persistent. So I always say, be consistent and stay persistent. So once you've worked through that, I'm actually going to also provide you with a little template, so you can actually go through these questions. Which I've prepared for you. Thank you for coming on this training. And then once you've done all that, you will know what's worked, what didn't work. You'll have your goals, what are still relevant, and then you'll have all your goals for next year, or at least the next 90 days solidly planned out. And all your goals are broken down into the sub-goals, and the sub-goals broken down into activities as well. Now, if you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to implement this now, because you could be stuck after having the plan, right? This is where I can help you. I have mentorship programs, one-to-ones, as well as mastermind. So if you want help to implement your 90-day plan, then please feel free to book a free discovery call with me. Here is the link there, bit.ly.com discovery biz accelerator. And then you've got my contact details there as well. So feel free to reach out, because I know once you've got the plan, it may not be quite simple to actually get it all into action. And if you need someone to obviously help you with some strategy and keeping you accountable, then this is when you can contact me and I can help you with that for sure. So thank you so much.